Hey y'all, it's Tamara. Hope everyone's doing well this week. Tonight it's a rainy Friday evening, so I decided to stay home and cook dinner. So I'm making taco mac and cheese. And I found this recipe on Eastcoastkellys, and I'll leave his link in the description after I've give you guys the recipe. Mine is just a little bit different. I didn't have the spices that he uses, so you can check out his recipe, and I'm sure it is just delicious as well. So what I'm doing is browning a pound of ground beef and chopping an onion to add to the ground beef as it's cooking in my skillet. And while that's cooking, I have my water on to boil for the pasta, and I'm using corkscrew pasta tonight for this recipe. And make sure you follow directions when you cook your pasta. Add the salt into the water. I'm also adding about a half teaspoon of salt to the ground beef as it is browning. So I cooked about 3/4 box of pasta, and I also added 1 package of taco seasoning to my browned ground beef after I've drained any fat that was on that. And I didn't have carne asada, but I did use about a teaspoon of tahini spices. So my pasta's ready. I drained all the water off of that. I did reserve about a cup in case my pasta was a little dry at the end. I've added 8 ounces of Velveeta and 1 can of rotelle. It was a little dry, so I added about a half a cup of that pasta water back into my pasta. Gave that a stir and let that cheese melt and mix that up well. Then I'm going to add in my browned ground beef with the taco seasoning. You're going to stir that up all really well. And if it's a little dry, you still have a little bit of that pasta water you can add. And I did have to add just a little bit. By the time I was ready to serve it, it had dried out just a little bit. But anyways, it was still delicious. And I served my mac and cheese, or my taco mac and cheese, on a plate with some sour cream on top and a little bit of guacamole. I also had shredded some aged white cheddar on top of all of that. So this recipe took about 30 minutes from start to finish, and we're all looking for meals that are quick and easy and delicious to make. It was so yummy, and give this a try. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you do. And go over and check out Brian at Eastcoastkellys and see what he has to offer as well.